And Dave, we will probably, both Cruz and I will probably, be one of the first people to own one of those videos right there, because it really is very cool. But Cruz, as you try and stay in the top 10 for a spot in the countdown to defend your title, what is today like? You have less than a 2-round lead.
Well, today's we're just going to try to beat Ron Capps, the first thing on our minds right now. Very formidable opponent, obviously. He's won races this year, and he's got a great car, and he's a great driver. So we're going to get by. We got to get by Ron Capps first of all, and we'll kind of look at after that when we get there. We need to get by the first round. Tough. Like I say, it's going to be a tough day, and no one's given us anything this year. We've had some opportunities, but we're where we are for a reason. But we have a good car this week, and no question about it. Our advanced auto parts car it's right where we want it, and it's strong, and so we got to go out there and execute.
And in fact, Dave, what Cruz told me on Friday before they even started qualifying was he has a car and it's just waiting for a win. What better place than right here at O'Reilly Raceway Park?
Well, it'll be fun to watch Cruz, of course, among those cars on the bubble position there in Funny Car. Only one spot remains. It is that 10th spot. Cruz Pedregon has that right now. If Robert Hight or Matt Hagan, tied after qualifying, want that, they're going to have to steal it away from Cruz Pedregon. And of course, Robert Hight certainly has some help, courtesy of 3 other Mustangs, led, of course, by this man.
Want to apologize, Robert Hight. It was supposed to be here, but his car, they had to just swap motors, and he had to stay there and work on it, so sorry.
John Force's 30th Indy. How does that hit you?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I've won this a number of times here for me. Coyle right now is on the phone. He is back in the hotel. They got him a bed, got him set up, but he can't move. But he's on the phone to us because Coyle runs this. Coyle got me here with all these championships. He loved Eric Medlin. He loved our drivers. He loves actually Robert, Mike Neff. It's what we do. He's hating it not being here, but he's telling us, get out there and fight. Don't worry about me. But just not having him here, it's not the same for me. So I'll find my energy through the fans. And don't worry, Austin, I'll do my job, I promise.
Oh, among the other changes, how about what's going on in the Alan Abbey camp, Gary Gerald?
Well, it's very rare when you run into a situation where crew chiefs change camps in the middle of the season. Dickie Venables has absolutely done that. He is now working for Alan Abbey Racing, teamed up with Alan Johnson. He is the crew chief for Del Worsham. And Dickie, I'm wondering, how invigorating has this change been for you personally?
Oh, it's been very exciting. Looking for a fresh start. The countdown situation, that's something to look forward to. NHRA's put that in place, and we're all going to have a good shot after this race. So I'm very excited.
And one of the ironies of the way it turns out in the first round matchups, guys, is the fact that Dickie Venables is going to be going against Tony Pedregon in the first round of eliminations. How about that?
In fact, that is going to make one of the great matchups when Funny Car comes to the line. Another right here on this side of the ladder. Cruz Pedregon, who you saw just a moment ago, trying to stay in the countdown to the playoffs, will face Ron Capps. Now, Cruz has some things that Ron would like. He has 3 U.S. Nationals win and a championship. But Ron Capps is 3-0 against Cruz this season.
And he also has Ed the Ace McCullough, who has 6 event wins here at the U.S. Nationals. But I'm looking on the other side of the ladder, that big matchup between Ashley Force-Hood and Matt Hagan. Ashley could really help teammate Robert Hight with a win here over Matt.
Yeah, that Funny Car ladder is very, very compelling, John Force, especially when you consider the fact that if Ron Capps can't take care of Cruz Pedregon, help your teammate Robert Hight earn that countdown spot, you get an opportunity perhaps to race Cruz Pedregon if you beat Jim Head, another Indy legend.
Well, he's great, and I'm up for it. We're excited because this is the MAC Tool U.S. Nationals. This is the big one, and everybody wants to hit. But my lead guy of the Brain Trust was Austin Coyle. But working for the bed, he said, Force, this thing goes into play. Bernie takes right over from here in the computer room. It moves right into whatever it takes. We never changed one man on the team. Only Danny Hood, my daughter's husband, came into play to start the motor to back the car up because they've been teaching him for the future. But if you looked on the starting line, the whole Brain Trust, Jimmy Prock, John Medlin, Dean Antonelli, everybody, Mike Neff, everybody surrounded that car, and that was so key to make him run. And now the car that was struggling the most, Jimmy Prock, has got it flying, so God bless him.
Yeah, but Jimmy Prock and Robert Hight have a problem. We talked about that. That's why he's not here. Let's update that story now with John Kernan.
And down in Robert Hight's pit, and the guys who just about got the engine change completed had a big wobble in the front pulley of the other one, so they pulled that out, put a new one in. But Robert, #1 qualifier, trying to work your way into the countdown to 1. Any concerns since you had that engine problem this morning?
No, all these engines are the same, and this Auto Club team, they do a great job, and I give them an attaboy for catching that. You know, it wouldn't have made the quarter mile or the 1,000 foot. It would have pitched the belt off of it. So as they were turning over at the starter motor, they saw a big wobble in the pulley, and it's probably a crank hub that's broke and something that you can't see when you service the engine from the night before. So good job to them, and this engine will be just fine.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Robert. Back to you, Dave.
Oh, thank you very much. John Force is a 4-time Indy winner, guys. It's his 30th start. He's fired up. We've seen it already. John, have a great, safe U.S. Nationals today.
We love Indy. Thank you.
We do love Indy. You know it. Well, we've got more of the countdown to the start of the Mac Tools U.S. Nationals when we come back.